Hello and welcome to the Business Spotlight series. I'm your host Anu Khanna, and I'm today joined by this dynamic lady, Mary Cooper from Capabilities Beyond Engineering. And I've just had a quick chat with Mary and very impressed by what she's doing. Mary, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us what exactly do you do?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Hi, Anna. I'm Marie Cooper. I'm actually CEO of a company called CB Plus, Capabilities Beyond Engineering. We're based in Chesterfield. We're a subcontract service business. We've accumulated all our capabilities from acquiring 6 different businesses over the last 8 years, joining the capabilities together now all under one roof and under one brand and legal entity. So quite challenging, but interesting.
6 different businesses in 8 years, all under one roof. How did you manage that?
I keep dying my hair. It has been a challenge. It's been a real challenging journey. And you throw COVID, shareholder exits, energy costs, Brexit. I think we've had as fair share as business owners of challenges to face while we're doing it. But it's all about keeping your eye on your vision and what you're trying to achieve, and just keep taking steps forward, making happen what you need to make happen to keep the journey going.
Wow. What would you attribute your growth to?
Not giving up, I think, is part of the point. I think coming out of COVID, we were open for business all the way through COVID. Massive credit to my team. We were in critical sectors from what capabilities we actually do. So we had full autonomy to continue, and the team did. They worked all the way through it. So being open for business has helped us quite a bit, helped us through that journey, and got us through what would have been a challenging time without.
Yeah, so tell us a bit more about the challenging times. What has been the biggest challenge, Mary?
There's been a few. I can't pinpoint it to one. I think there's been quite difficult. A big one for me has been having shareholders in the businesses that I bought that either wanted to exit for their own reasons, retirement. That's why I bought the business in the first place. But a couple of them have been quite challenging, not sharing the vision. So changing that was difficult. Consolidating everything onto one site has been quite challenging. Getting the resources and the materials after COVID wasn't easy. Was quite difficult. But the biggest thing that's kept everything going through is the people. It's all about working together and a team that actually get the sleeve rolled up and do what we need to do together.
Wow, you have almost 85 employees, you have a leadership team, and you were amalgamating 6 different businesses. I still trying to understand how did you even do it? And you say with people, but people can also become a challenge.
You think we can? Some of them were. Some of them are no longer in the business, but some have excelled. And I think that's the point. It's finding the people's strengths and then working towards their strengths to actually help deliver. The management team have stepped up. They're all technical experts, and then just joining together, building team morale. It's not always easy when you're facing challenging times, but a lot of that has been driven from me actually. Together we do more has been the company motto for a long time, and that's not just internally, that's externally as well. But it does help if we work together. I mean, the team actually, quite interestingly, pulling the businesses together. One of the businesses has been here for a long time, the others moved in. But the business that's been here a long time has actually supported the moving in of the other businesses. So they helped on the actual move day. So they were driving vans, they were helping install machinery, and just generally sweeping up. I was running around buying bacon sandwiches. The team effort to actually make it all work has it's probably been the one thing that I think we've done well at.
Yeah. One thing you really said very well that I'm impressed by, building on people's strengths and getting everyone to work together. And then that makes me think about your leadership, Murray, because that might have been a stretch. Or how would you define your leadership, and what stretch did that entail, putting the team together?
It's quite tough. We've exited some people out of the business that didn't fit the team and the culture, and that's always difficult because you always wonder what hole they're going to leave, when they are challenging people. But you always tend to find somebody who does fill that hole, and they fill it unexpectedly. quite well. So it's having a little bit of faith and confidence that you're doing the right thing. And just communicating with the people, reinstating the vision, what we're trying to achieve, and then rather than focusing on all the negatives all the time, focusing on what we've actually achieved. Because it's so easy to look back at, and think, oh, this is difficult. But then you look at what we've actually overcome to get the facility put together, and you think, well, if we got through that, we can get through this. So it is just refocusing on, the challenging times, and things are getting better. And the team are really good at motivating me, to be honest, because it is a lonely place at the top.
Yeah.
And despite what everybody says, you can have a team of people around you, but at some point, you have got to take responsibility and ownership for what you're doing and drive it. And so having my own support outside the business as well, and outside the family, because that always makes it difficult. Taking problems home don't always make for a home life that you need the balance being able to achieve. So it's a tough combination, but it's all about communication, I think, as well.
Yes, totally. And you talk about, also family and work-life balance, because you have 2 little children as well. So how do you strike that work-life balance with a very demanding job and 2 little ones at home? How did you strike that?
Getting me in bed at 7 o'clock and then work till midnight, I think, is most general strategies. It is finding a work-life balance. Well, it's not even a balance, it's a blend, because there is, my work it's not a 9 to 5 job either. So it's not something that you actually, you start at 9 and finish at 5. Some mornings I'm starting at 6 o'clock in the morning, finishing at midnight, but I have dropped the kids off at school. Some days I pick them up, having a support network that works. Taking them to the park for an hour after school, and then getting them in bed, sitting down, and then, catching up on emails or doing some work. So for me, it's just finding the balance that works. And that's not always everybody's cup of tea. Not everybody can work like that, but, you never switch off being a business owner, unfortunately. You just have to find the balance that actually works for you.
Yeah, but you also don't switch off being a mom, and then you're not switching off being a business owner. So that also takes a lot.
Yeah, alcohol helps. You do have to find your out. You have to find your stress relief as well.
Yeah.
I've got, I took it up through COVID, to be fair, but I took up running on the Peloton, and even 20 minutes on a morning before the kids get up, or, resting at night, just something that actually just gives you a little bit of your own space. You've just got to find what works for you to keep you motivated, what you need. Sometimes it is a glass of wine and cry your eyes out in the bath, or, you've just got to get to the point where you think, right, okay, Marie, pull yourself together. You've had your whinge and your moan, get on with it, because, what's the worst that can happen? And tomorrow's always another day.
Yeah, very positive mindset. I can just hear the resilience in your voice. And I'm not sure I'm the only one who's so impressed by your drive, Marie. All the business owners who are listening to you, I'm sure they are as well. So what will be your advice to a business owner who's trying to make the family work-life balance and also drive the business forward? What would be your golden nuggets for that business owner?
It's finding different support networks, because they are very different. I have actually divided my family support to my business support. So family, to be honest, don't necessarily understand all the time what I do and why I do it. You've got what drives you personally is not always what everybody else thinks should drive you. And that's quite different. So I'm not saying I am a selfish person, I'm very much not, but sometimes you do have to think, well, you're doing this for you. Yeah. As well as other people, but otherwise, what's the point? So having that divide, I'm part of different business networks. I'm part of the Vistage network. I have different support people around me that are outside the business but understand what running a business means. So you can have that support network as well, but you also have the support in family life that if I do have a meeting that runs over, I have got a couple of people I can call on that can go and pick the kids up from school. Or it is just being able to be a little bit flexible and juggle and know that life will never be straightforward.
Yes, totally. So building that support network around yourself and going for your ambition and making the end meet and striking a work-life balance.
Sounds easy, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. We all know as women, it's not as easy as it sounds, but really well done, Marie. And any parting notes for our listeners out here?
I think it's just about being resilient, keeping your eye on what you're trying to achieve. You know, I mean, moving the businesses onto one side, you know, through COVID, through tough times. You know, what you see behind me is now my training room in this facility. And I used to stand in this window in the dark, looking outside, actually visualizing what you see now, you know, so actually watching it materialize to be reality. You know, you can, it's step by step, you know, don't happen as quick as I like. My patience is described as negative, not even zero, you know, so you do have to keep that pressure on, you do have to keep driving it, but expect it to be at a pace that works for everybody. But just keep your eye on where you want to go, and find people around you that can help you make it happen.
Thank you, Marie. Making it happen, really good. If you can conceive it, you can achieve it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us on the Business Spotlight series and all the sharing of golden nuggets and wisdom that you have done. We all are very benefited from it, Marie. Thank you very much.
No, thank you very much.